I thought I was supposed to open, but I'm going to tell you a story. A story of a child who was born in a village, and this child was the son of a tribal chief. And I saw this tribal chief's photo. The photo was with a man holding a spear, sort of a tiger skin dress, little beads, and that's it. And in this village, many years ago, there was this group of kids and children where I think the British Army or something was surrounding that, in the vicinity of the village, and there were these British soldiers. And these village boys, these little children, would go to this camp, the military camp, and once in a while, sort of see some very modern things. Things like, for example, for the first time they saw a projector on which a movie was being played. And they were amazed. They said, what is this? Things were coming to light. And there were people. And so the children tried to go closer to the camp. And I believe that in order to sort of build a relationship, the children would offer fruits and stuff like that, go to the border, and the soldiers would take pity, and obviously in return for that they would give them maybe tin cans of food, and which fascinated these children, that food in a tin can in exchange for fruits. So there was this very bright child amongst those children where he realized that if you give them a particular type of fruit, a big fruit, you would get more tin cans or whatever. And the British soldiers somehow didn't enjoy the fruit, so they would throw the fruit away. So he would wait for them to throw the fruit away, take the fruit back, and again go and give to the British soldiers. And the soldiers obviously would take pity and give more food, more tin cans. This child had limitations because obviously being in a tribal village, no electricity, nothing, would have education where had one chalk for a week, or they had to use, if they had to use a slate, had to be very careful. If they wrote something on that slate, they had to use it for a week. So even to get a chalk was a luxury. And gradually but surely, as the child, you can imagine, in that circumstances grew older. In fact, did not even have an address because he lived in a jungle. So when one had to go to a city or elsewhere, how do you receive post? How do you receive mail? This child grew to become the vice president of Shell, went to the law school, married a wonderful woman, plays amazing guitar, I'm told, loves to jam and rock and roll. And today he was the man who was addressing you, Dato Shri Abhijeet. So if there's anything called divine intervention that he spoke, the fact that he's here, what he was and what he is, the great humility that he told us all his learnings, his wisdom, I think anything is possible. If he says it, that this is going to happen, it will happen. And we are surrounded by people like him. I think it is the era of people who are thinking the impossible without any selfish interest. Our Prime Minister had a slogan, Mission 272, dreamt the impossible. You may like him, not like him, but he delivered something which is unbelievable. The whole country rallied to vote him in, gave him a mandate which I don't think this country would have ever dreamed of. I remember when I met him before the campaign, and he wanted me to start this whole lab in Gujarat immediately. And today when Devendra Fadnavis was here, he was so impressed with what you all have done. He has promised me that if ever they come into power, or if their government comes in, this will be their way of running the government. But whether he comes in power or somebody else comes in power, I think they see the sincerity, the selflessness that we all are here together trying to do something. And I have to really applaud all of you, because each one of you present here, when I saw the passion the way you were talking about the Sakal team. And I don't know how they have joined us, Bobby and the whole team. All of them are IIT, IIM graduates. I don't know what we told them. We just said we want to do something for the society. They left their good jobs and decided to come and work here. I have my reporters, my editorial team sitting here away from their families for 6 weeks, not knowing what they would expect. They're here. Each one of you, from the bureaucracy, from the NGOs, from the government, you trusted all of us. And we decided to dream. We don't even know what we are going to achieve, whether we have water for all or not. But as Adaji said, that this is a transformation process. And somewhere down the line, whether we achieve it or not is not really important. I think we'll enjoy each other's company. I think all of you fit in that white category. I don't think there's a single grey or black here. Each one of you is devoted, dedicated, and we're doing it for our country. We're doing it for our people, and hopefully we can give back to other countries. We have somebody from Malaysia, the Malaysian team. I mean, they're here despite being sick, and I apologize for the food and the AC is not working, but they're here, they're smiling, the whole team is here, teaching us their wisdom, their experience. And I don't think there could be a better opportunity for being a part of this process, having fun, enjoying, and whatever the result be. Mataji, I want to thank you for everything, and all of you. I mean, when I heard our principal secretaries, the chief secretaries, I mean, the wisdom that is there, the experience, the way you were asking questions, and you see the knowledge, and you see the reactions, the work that you've done, the detailing. I'm very sure that we all together represent one culture. It's not about Malaysia or India or South Africa or Tanzania. Some of us, I think, really sincerely want to do something good. And I think just attempting that, being blessed with the opportunity to do something good, I think it's thanks to that divine intervention. Bobby and I have had numerous experiences where we were thinking that how are we going to do something like this? I mean, quite often we just say, okay, let's go talk to the Malaysian government. We actually went to our planning commission, the planning commission called us, and the World Bank introduced us to Pemandu, and we just asked, we said, this is what we want to do. As he said, he didn't know who this person was. I didn't know how we were going to achieve this or whatever, but it's not about me. It has got nothing to do with me. The fact that all of you are here, I think obviously there's some divine hand which is telling us to do our job. And I think when I addressed you the first time, that you are going to be a part of history. Each one of you, I know the future generations will remember us, will thank us for being selfless, for giving this time, and taking India into a different century. I often feel that in India, and I don't want to blame the politicians or anyone, but you feel as if you can travel in time. You can go to a village and you feel probably you have gone 500 years before time. How can you go to a place and witness that there's no water, there's no electricity, nothing? It's as if you were living 500 years ago. You go to a IIT campus and suddenly you see the technology and the engineering and whatever, you think you're probably in the 21st, 22nd century. I think the key is how do we make sure that we all get everyone to live in the same time frame, enjoy the benefits that everyone should have, rightfully have, and deserve to have. If we all just give a little bit, I think we can make a huge difference. So with this, I would like to thank all of you once again for being a part of this exciting journey. And whether we succeed or fail, I'm very sure we will enjoy this journey. Thank you.
Lights. Light and sound.
Your room is not, it's a big pot. Compared to the other room.
We had a lot of detailed discussions. AC failed today.
All right. So I think if
side management by augmenting existing infrastructure and demand side management by optimizing water resources. In order to run modern process like this, all stakeholders and non-government organizations, NGOs are involved, everybody is involved in seeking out the solution to the 45% people. So this is another major area of concern. That's why our
That takes, yeah. It's a huge.
By 55 LPCV of water, and industries it is going to be the lead as in case. We have to provide in 135 to 135 to provide sewerage systems for 308 sewerage schemes for the ULPs. Large benefit is to recycle the water back into the system so that the load on fresh water comes down. In rural, we need to bring these 61 talukas which are not getting 40 LPC water. It's not good for the system. So based on this, True North and all the targets that we have taken, we have come.
When we talk about the increasing number of CCD systems, we are basically focusing on the domestic use because for the industry, I believe they have the CETPs in place and a 70-30 ratio of industry. 70% of them are in the MIDC and 30% are outside. So we need to look more at the 30% which are outside the MIDC.
Very good job done.
He just wants to take a quick look.
Domestic and industrial. So those are the rows of data, for example, that they are like looking at whatnot. This is some of the stuff. I think they're still finalizing some. Yeah.
This is the rows of data. This is domestic and
We'll come back later.
We'll come back later. Let's keep some of this stuff secret for now.
That time it is like coming for
Okay, the big one. Okay, it's okay. We're not disturbing. Just carry on. Yeah.
These are all the people.
So this is what I was. Yeah. So she created this for the icebreaker. Created this whole thing and then you're an artist.
So she actually drew this, cut it up, passed it to the lab room to write a note, and we had to work together to fix it back. And she said that you all are pieces. Let's take that. So we're not gonna let them see anything yet. I don't want to spoil the surprise. To be honest, it's just a small snippet of the data that we're looking at. It's some of the early work.
There's no lab here. No, so there was an agriculture lab here. Michael and Sue are running the agriculture lab. Then after some time there were participants who still this wall was not enough. So we moved them into the big lab and there are now 2 sublabs which are running. But for the walkthrough, we got all the material. So there is 3 different rooms which are. So they removed all the tables for the walkthrough. Otherwise there is chairs.
Yeah.
त्याचं काय नांदेडकरांचा फोन करून whether concerned people are coming.
Never knowing the whole picture. That's what something which happened.
सारखं मला दारात
So Ratashri, we're just waiting for more of the other case. Will any of you like coffee or tea? You can get the doors.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
We are the Water Resource Department Principal Secretary. Third one coming. The name is perfect.
With the current exchange rate, what would a crore be in US dollars? 560.
That's the easiest way to do it.
So 6 crores.
Yes, that one is more. Drinking water or drinking water? Drinking also. Rural drinking for irrigation. Irrigation, we didn't have problems. Watch my irrigation for agriculture, not in the streets. Most of the villages can be settled around the job. Yes, sir. Might be one to one.
Mr. Sriram, additional municipal.
No, near the learning by last.
Bobby, enough chairs?
Yeah, here, right?
How many people are you bringing? 2 sessions.
After we ran the
Because we have to continue on the gallery walk. So I'm going to
17 years.
This model.
There have been now a lot of progress in irrigation. That's a lot of
most of our revenue we don't look at
Doesn't any impact us?
some of them, but they are not very big. Hello, hi, I'm Rajiv.
But is it really true Delhi is the world's most polluted city in the world? So I can imagine it is more polluted than Beijing.
It is bad, Beijing.
Yeah, but they said that Delhi and Mumbai are worse than Beijing.
True. I can say that it's different. When you go there.
Beijing you can't see. Yeah, absolutely.
Pollution is very multifaceted. Every facet has a different issue. Anything credible. Only it takes a bit quick and neat to appreciate.
It's like statutory reporting because the way it's statistics you can.
काय नाव मुंडलिक म्हणून आहे तिथे
You don't segregate between necessity and suddenly the government does not spend any more money on solid waste. Today we spend money bringing them to landfill. Even in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, it's all landfill and all of them get into the landfill. The water system is just not dedicated to it. Really, and nobody wants incinerators because they say you can have it but not in my backyard. So nobody wants to have it. That's the problem.
मला असं वाटतं की ही जी पद्धत आहे आपण जेव्हा काम करतो this is very common.
Yeah.
It is equivalent to many campaigns.
See, all the cities suffer from this problem. And of course,
Listen to the
Bill Young from
World Bank.
World Bank.
Come here. Thank you.
So I don't know your company well, but somebody on my email with 1 year.